Let me just make a clarification right here and now. This is a two-part video. It starts here and ends on Bulbatube. You'll want to see both parts to get the full justice of the video. Having said that, let me welcome Bulbatube's very own Professor Bulba, who will be co-hosting this with me.
Thanks, Proto. Let's get right to the meat of this video, which explores the name changes that occurred from Generation 1 beta to the final production. This is to say, we are going to explore 59 different name variations to Pokemon introduced in Generation 1. To keep things simple, we will go mostly in order of the finalized Pokédex of Generation 1. We will look at their final names, which we know today, their potential names, and their Japanese names if they're worth mentioning.
Let's start off with a good friend of mine from the Viridian Forest, Kakuna. Its early suggested name was Kokoon, which might be directly from its Japanese name, Cocoon. Really, it's just spelling at this point. Both Pidgey and Pidgeot had a slight change in the spelling of their names, but would have ultimately sounded the same. Pidgey's Japanese name is Poppo, which is not to be confused with DBZ's Mr. Poppo. Rattata's name was once Ratatak. That would have been amusing for the anime. Go Rattatak. Attack that Pokemon with Tackle Attack. Lots of tacks. That really got tacky quick.
Ekans and Arbok were originally going to be called Nagahiss and Nagasp, respectively. Whatever the hell those things mean, and I don't even know if I pronounced them properly. In Japan, Ekan's name is Arbo, and when it evolves it gains a K and becomes Arbok. The next one has quite a variation. Let's look at Sandslash, who is almost called Sandstorm. But wait, it gets better. Its Japanese name is Sandpan. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Mr. Sandpan. Yes? Bring me a dream. Bum 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 bum. I want a shiny, one perfect IV. Bum bum bum. Clefairy's first intended name was Aria, which is basically an expressive melody. And Clefable's name would have added on to that and became Ariala. Not to be confused with Ariel or Areola.
Vulpix was almost an internet browser. Its intended name was Firefox, and in the beta, Ninetales' name was Ninetai. And if you look at the spelling, it almost looks like they were debating on whether or not to make it tail or tail. These next ones are messed up. Originally, Jigglypuff was going to be called Pudding. Want to know what the evolved form of pudding is? Custard. Oh look, I'm back about Paris again. Its originally intended English name was Parasite. For obvious reasons, it's being controlled by a parasite.
Diglett was going to be called its original Japanese name Digda, which kind of reminds me of the game Dig Dug. Growlithe was first going to be called Flamey and Arcanine Blaze. I'm actually glad they didn't. They probably would have ended up being the stoner Pokemon or something stupid. Poliwag was going to be called something simple, such as Aqua, and its evolutions Aquanu and Aquamar. I wonder if these were just placeholders at the time. Abra and Kadabra's names were almost going to be called Hocus and Pocus. I don't know about you guys, but the climactic buildup for Abracadabra Alakazam seems so much more exciting than Hocus Pocus Alakazam. Really, Hocus Pocus are magic words that can stand together without a third word.
Machop, Machoke, Machamp, all were going to be named after martial arts styles. Respectively, they were going to be Karate, Kung Fu, and Judo. These next two are pretty freaking weird. Jilly was going to be the name for Tentacool, and don't worry, Tentacruel's name isn't any better. It was supposed to be Man-O-War. At first, I thought, what the fuck is that? But after some power googling, I came across a creature called the Portuguese Man-O-War, which was inspired by an 18th century terms for a heavily armed battleship, which is really cool.
Rapidash was almost called its original Japanese Gallop, which doesn't really give me the same sense of speed as the Rapidasher we know today. Slowpoke's proposed name was Slowmo. Maybe it was too close to Homo, so they decided not to use it. Actually, it's a good thing they didn't give it that name. I can't even imagine what sort of pictures and memes would turn up from the cutting off of Slowpoke tails in Generation 2. But as we all know, slowmosexuality is not present in Pokemon. Two same-gender Pokemon cannot attract each other. Whew! Woo! We reached the halfway point of this list. Come on over to Bulbatube by clicking the link here or in the description below to watch the last half of this video. I'll see you guys there.
Head over, guys. There's still lots of goofy name variations to explore. It's the second half of the video, so go watch it.